International Day of the African Child is a day celebrated once every year on the 16th of June. This year, we are celebrating it under the theme of accessing child-friendly justice. The Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions (ODPP) is one of the key players towards achieving and promoting this theme.
As one of the interventions that the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions put in place was first to establish a Department of Gender, Children and Sexual Offences that has specialized people who are trained in child-friendly procedures, and they are responsible for all the offences that are related to children in the country. They monitor and evaluate all those cases.
CRANE is a network organization working with over 140 organizations in central Uganda. Its goal is to see that children are safe, well, and fulfilling their God-given potential. This is another player in promoting this theme.
CRANE is involved in a number of interventions around this subject of child-friendly justice. First, we work with police. Today we are trying to formalize our relationship with police, and while we are doing that, we are still working with them very closely. When in terms of rescue and support on issues related to justice for children, we work with them, and we have created actually child-friendly spaces at some of the police stations around Kampala. But we are yet to go to that level where we have a formal partnership.
Among these interventions is a fully equipped child-friendly space that was built with the support of CRANE at the ODPP office.
It was also with support from CRANE that we were able to have this in the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions on the 11th floor. You're able to sit down in a comfortable manner with the child. You bring yourself down to the level of the child, and they will open up easily because they feel like they're comfortable with you. And for purposes of child-friendly justice, you're ensuring that the child will get justice while they give you the best evidence.
The justice system starts with police, where children, survivors and offenders interact and intersect with the police at different areas.
Police, we do investigate cases, and the most important role as police, we protect people's lives and property, or keep law and order. We have departments which handles cases of children in police. The first one which was created, which is a specialized unit, is CFPU, that is the Child and Family Protection Unit. Then after they opened up the Sexual Offences Desk. Now the Sexual Offences Desk, we handle cases of sexual abuse. Cases like defilement, rape, incest, indecent assault, insulting the modesty, child sacrifice, and so forth.
Then it goes to the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecution. This is where the state attorneys and the prosecutors get involved.
The office has also come up with other good practices. When you reach court, you can request that you dress down. Instead of putting on like I'm putting on now, you dress informally, such that you bring yourself down to the level of the child, and they will not fear to open up. They'll give you all the evidence you need. And furthermore to that, if they fear to face their perpetrators, we also request the court that we use an audio-video link where the child is put in a room that is behind the cameras. They will see the accused from a video. They will not be able to be in close proximity with them. So that will ensure that they are not timid and they will give the evidence freely.
Civil society organizations play a very pivotal role to ensure that justice is achieved, especially to the children that desperately need it.
With support from CRANE, they were able also to conduct other trainings in child psychology and child development. All that is for purposes of child-friendly procedures. How do you handle a child? How do you receive the child? How do you ensure that a child gets the justice that they deserve while you're administering or applying a child-friendly procedure.
We have linked ourselves to the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, and specifically we are working closely with the Department of Gender, Children and Sexual Offences, where we have found it very important that prosecutors have to go through a moment of realizing there is a child in the process of court, and how that child goes through to the level that they achieve their justice is very important to create it in a way that is friendly for them to be able to realize their justice in a friendly way. With Ministry of Gender, we work closely with them when it comes to in our aspect of children and families so much, and we try to make sure that children that are in homes are in that process of going to those homes in a formal and child-friendly way, but also legal, and make sure that even these members that we work with and all that we partner with are in the guidelines of Ministry of Gender, and we also empower and support these organizations to reach that level where they can work closely with government and they are formal in this sector.
At the center of all this is the child. Accessing child-friendly justice is nothing if we don't look at the child. One such child is Jane. Jane narrates her story of how she interacted with the justice system when she was only 11 years.
Embeera yantuusa mu mateeka ga Uganda eri nti nafuna obuzibu mu mwaka gwa 2015 era nga obuzibu obwo kiri nti nakwatibwa oba kyetwandiyise okulepingibwa. Awo kwekyava okuba nga nkwatagana n'amateeka ne bantwala kuba amateeka baali okumpimpi, ne bakwata omusajja oyo ne bamusiba n'abeerayo. Kati oluvannyuma baatuyita tusobole okukola ki, banoonye obukakafu oba ddala kituufu oba si kituufu, bamusalire ekibonerezo. Emirimu gyabwe engeri gye nagirabamu ku nsonga zange, olwatuuka bazadde bange ne bannyonnyola abasirikale, tebaalwawo mangu ddala, bankebera. Olwamala okunkebera ne balaba nga ddala nina obukosefu, tebaalwawo, bansayiningira empapula ezintwala mu ddwaliro.